Welcome back to the Arctic Den. Today we are playing Duskbound. It is a visual novel based around vampires and you're like trapped in a house. We're only going for one of the endings and I will revisit this later to get the other 4 or 5. Let's get into it. The game contains dark and unsettling themes and may not be suitable for everyone. This game contains dark and unsettling themes and may not be suitable for everyone. Good to know. Would you like to see the content warnings? No. Why would I care? There is no light in this city. A dull red moon is all that illuminates our eternal night. Even the lanterns are obscured by countless moths. People trace the same paths every day, seemingly possessed by no spirit at all, simply droning on. Some days it feels like I'm the only one who is alive, and everyone else is merely a ghost. It wasn't always like that. Long ago, the city shone as a beacon to all those who believed in the One Lord. Until the Red Plague fell upon us and our great cathedral was abandoned by those who proclaimed they would save us. They took the light with them when they left. Religious people leaving a place, leaving them in darkness. Sounds about right. Like my meeting with him. There is no light in this city, but he is the sun. I don't know who he is, but I saw him one day ambling through the town square. So I presume this is a love interest. Maybe. Or he's the villain. And those fine threads. If he had stopped by my workshop, I would have surely remembered. Of course I've seen attractive men in my life. But there's something simply different about him and that glint in his eyes. Oh yes, our character's a woman. As I examined him, his eyes met mine and a radiant smile came over his features. When it occurred to me I was staring, I quickly averted my eyes. Ah, excuse me. So, we are called the Pale One. I rushed past him, embarrassed by the blush slowly rising to my cheeks. In the days that followed, I passed by the town square as often as I could, affording myself... hoping to catch a glimmer of him again. I had to confirm for myself that he was not an illusion. More than that, I had to confirm that the light that I found in his eyes was more than a fluke. The longer I went without seeing him, the more I became convinced I had made it all up. That he was no different from the others. But he was there again, and the same expression was unmistakably real. He was looking at me with those eyes. Ever since then, I couldn't get it out of my head. More so I couldn't let go. At first I was content glancing at him every now and then. A gentle reminder that not all is dark and all hope is lost. What I'm saying is I grew greedily. I had been looking for an escape this entire time, not knowing how to find one. I could leave, but where to? Nothing but death awaits those who venture outside the city walls. The only solace available to me might be the arms of another, but I never found anyone to hold me. Still, things are different now. The city is a permanent moon, like red moon. So if you leave, it turns sunlight and you die, because I'm just gonna assume everyone here are vampires. I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I don't know you've a lot to lose, buddy, pal, chum, bread, dog. That's why today I'll change my fate. Knock, knock, knock. I swallow hard, trying to calm my quaking heart and nervous breathing. Hello? Good day, can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Of course, why would he remember me? I've seen you around in the town square. This isn't going anywhere. Oh, I recall now. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you earlier. I don't receive guests too often. Please come in. Why don't you join me for some tea? It's something of a hobby of mine. Growing plants and combining them into interesting flavor combinations. Unfortunately, I am rather strapped of taste testers, so I'm unsure if they're any good. Could it be he has the same light in my eyes I see in his? This sounds lovely. I must admit I'm no connoisseur of tea, but I do enjoy a cup every now and then. Plenty of milk, preferably. No such thing. Some teas are better with milk and some without. There's plenty of time to get you acquainted. But please, it's quite chilly outside. Do come in, I insist. It seems that whosoever is daring truly does come out victorious. Those teeth look awfully sharp. Why wouldn't you notice if they had sharp teeth? The mansion's interior is reminiscent of an antique shop, one that does not get customers all too often. There's an eeriness to the way it almost looks abandoned, half hidden behind cobwebs and dust. As I follow him through the hallway, I look around in wonder. The walls are lined with portraits of women. All of them look different, but they bear a chilling resemblance to one another. Some of them look expressionless, others sad or anguished. Not one of them wear a smile. Most unsettling of all, they remind me so very much of me. I think we should ask. Are these pictures of me? What lovely portraits. The artistry is apparent, but I must say they look so sullen. Might I ask the story of these paintings? He turns around slowly and purses his lips, though unsure how to respond. I'm sorry if I pried into something I shouldn't have. His eyes soften. No, don't worry. It's another hobby of mine, though I fear I'm not very good at it. After all this time painting the same subject, I've at least managed a modicum of skill in portraiture. Then what love he must have had for her. It's because it's you. Maybe. Do you like them? They're truly beautiful. I wouldn't say if I didn't mean it. However, if you wouldn't mind me asking, who is she? You're just the same as always. Can't you see? There you. Beautiful pale one, shining like the moon in the night sky. How I would have loved to capture your smile. This time it's different. The miracle I've been waiting for. You're drawn to me this time. You never looked at me like that. Scarlet eyes sparkling, that face. No pain, no fear, it makes me happy. Let's play along. Conflicting emotions slash in the pit of my stomach. I don't know how these paintings could be of me, but how could I not feel flattered by such words? He's odd, but perhaps it is precisely that which has me charmed. I can't deny the connection I feel towards him seems like something more than a whim. But he's here now and he's real, and he feels it too. Who am I to scoff at that when I'm the only one who could possibly understand? You could compare me to the moon? It's embarrassing to admit, but ever since I first laid eyes on you in the town square, you've been like the sun to me. You shine in these dreary days of dullness, reminding me of what good remains in the world. If only you knew, my dear pale one. My ray of light can only reach their true magnificence when reflected by the moon. This guy's very flirty, but he is a vampire. I'd have expected a mansion of this size to have servants sweeping the floors or conversing in hushed whispers as they pass through the hallways. However, I don't see a single soul as he guides me to the drawing room. Our only accompaniment were the echoed sound of our footsteps. The more I see of the residence, the more I'm reminded of a ruin. A tomb where some nobleman lies buried beneath piles of luxuries. I wonder how he feels, wandering through these hallways all alone. Here we are. Please have a seat. I'll be right back. He gestures at a worn-down but clearly well-made sofa before disappearing behind the door. I sit down and look around the room to pass the time. The candles staying crooked in the candlesticks, and a thin layer of dust covers most surfaces, further exemplifying its apparent disuse. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Not at all. He swiftly places down 2 elegant teacups on the table, their aromatic steam breathing life into the stillness of this dust-filled room. The sight of the Lace doilies pristine white color makes a slight worry creep up my back. I must not spill the tea. Spill the tea. Of course, it is entirely too hot to drink. This was merely a practice run. I take it you do not make much use of the drawing room? Ah, I suppose it was obvious. The majority of my time is spent in my atelier, or in my study when I wish to read. As you can likely tell, this place is far too spacious for me alone. Still, as long as I live in this dreaded city, I can't bring myself to abandon my family home, even if little remains of those who once called it so. Perhaps especially so because of that. I fall silent for a moment, unsure of how to respond. Should I distract him from the dreary topic? It doesn't feel right skirting around his tragedy merely because it's unpleasant. Was it the Red Plague? My sister and I lost our parents and baby brother. It must be hard not having anyone. I did not mean to make you pity me. Death might be a consolation compared to wandering around this ghost of a city. I do hope your family is at peace. Apologies, I did not mean to dampen the mood. Now, enough of that. Tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit? Then again, with the things he said before, it feels as if he already knows my heart. I have a feeling this is not going to end well. I'm about to say something insolent and brash. Will you forgive me? Something about that kind look in his eyes and the candor in his words give me pause. I don't deserve this warmth. Confession time. Ever since the eternal night fell, everyone in this city has been lost. They aren't alive, and they're only puppets acting out some play long after the audience left. I too was lost, then I looked in your eyes, I felt found. You aren't like them. I know this sounds like insanity, but you're free to send me away. I've seen the way you look at me. No matter what comes next, I cannot believe it. Joy, elation, words fall short of describing the feeling you've stirred inside me. I was right this time. Finally, you've come to your senses, and I've come to see that you belong to me. He holds out his hand to me. It does not matter that I do not understand why. None of this matters. Briefly, I think back to my home, to my workshop, where I make the same dreamless robes day after day, until my hands can remember the steps better than I remember the faces of my parents. To my sister, who, try as she may suppress it, holds that quiet resentment in her gaze as she looks at me. Why was I the one who lived and not my precious brother? And now I can leave it all behind. Oh, please don't kill me. This eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Oh, this is that kind of ending. I see. I think he might be dangerous. This might be entirely warped, a choice born out of desperation. But right now, the thought doesn't reach my heart. All of this makes sense. No, it has to make sense if it doesn't. The red moon has hollowed us all out, and I don't know how much longer I could have taken it before I would end up like them. It's better to go out in a blaze than to ground to dust. Obviously, I think he's gonna kill you. Honestly. He is a vampire. Oh, whoa. Don't worry, I'll make sure no harm befalls you. Huh. Obviously. I will not say this out loud for YouTube and my own sake. It says I've seen you in every form. What does that mean? Do you like reincarnate? Everyone has forgotten the hundreds upon thousands of times this night has repeated, even you. This is why... Huh. So you're stuck in a Groundhog kinda day. Maybe I should have known when I saw his grin. He's a vampire. If you offer me your blood, the eternal night will come to an end. Our curse will be dissolved and you'll be free. Do it then. But freedom can be a terrifying thing. unable to stay away from him now that I've had a taste. Oh dear. My dearest pale one. We will die. My weakened body collapses on his as the world stirs. Though closed, I can feel it. You're dying. I open my eyes in shock and cling on to him, lacking the strength to lift my arms. It seems my curse does not end here. What? He slowly raises a limp hand towards me. My moon. He acts and coughs, with features scrunched in anguish as flames clutch at his back. The first light of dawn is no sweet relief to the creature of the night. Could he have not known? Or did he know? Do I detect the faintest trace of a smile amidst all the pain? Or is it merely a trick of the light? The crackling noise makes me wince as a horrible stench emerges from its charred and twisted skin. Smoke climbs through my nose and mouth, suffocating me slowly. I can no longer tell if my tears are from the pain or from the tragedy of this outcome. Can my body quell these flames, or will they simply spread and consume me? Is there anything I can do? What am I supposed to do without you? He has no mouth to respond to me with. Before me lies nothing but a pile of ash. End 4. Unfit to meet the light of day. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Not bad, not bad. I'm sure the other endings should be pretty interesting to get a hold of. But we'll end things off here for today. If you guys have enjoyed today's short video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. As always, goodbye.